Hey there, I'm on day 5 of my 30-day video posting challenge that I'm doing for Lent to practice self-discipline. So what I'm doing is I am posting a video, whatever kind of video I want to post, every single day for 30 days except for Sundays. So what I'm doing is today I am going to tell you about the benefits and challenges that I've come up against in these first few days. So I've already learned a lot. I would definitely, so far, I would recommend anybody trying this that wants to, and I'll tell you a little bit more about all of this. Okay. So, so the first thing I want to say is that I am a person who tends to get a lot of ideas. My topic has to do with scripture, the Holy Word, my faith, my religion, my relationship with God, and there are just so many things to talk about. So it's really easy for me to come up with ideas. Problem is that I will have a great idea, and by the time I get around to posting it, I'm on to something else. That's the thing that holds me back in general. So having to post every day, the benefit is I get ideas out as quickly as they come. And the challenge with that is that the speed of trying to squeeze in a video every day makes it so that you don't have a lot of time to really meditate on it and mull on it. And so therefore the quality of the video, at least just coming up with it and posting it the same day hasn't worked so far. So that, I shouldn't say that. I have one video that I thought came out pretty good conceptually, but I'm not going to get into it too much of what I'm learning about for process because I think that's like a separate video. But so far, the ideas get out quickly, but they're not fully formed, okay? The second benefit is that I'm showing myself how to fit YouTube into my life. The challenge is that it's taking a toll on me, physically and for how much time I can spend on getting other things done. And so I did get a little bit behind on some work stuff this week. I'm my own boss, so that's not a problem, but it's still, getting backed up. And spending less time with my husband. There's pros and cons to that also, probably because it frees probably him up in some ways. Who knows? Anyway, so another benefit is that having a recording of things that I meditate on in the morning, which is how I basically come up with my ideas, is that I will remember those things. They're things that I want to remember. They're valuable to me. I tend to write about them in a notebook, and then I just never want to read the notebook. But I love to listen to stuff when I'm doing things, so it's great. I'll remember these things. The challenge is that they would have been even better, like I said, if I had a chance to really mull them over and do it. And since I work practically full-time, if not full-time, most weeks, then you can see how it's kind of hard to squeeze this in, where a lot of the people doing these challenges don't have a job, but not all of them. Some of them have jobs, children, don't go by me. I get stressed out easily and tired easily, but it's been a little stressful. I'll say that. Okay. So a benefit is that I'm finding that my finished product, even though the quality could be better, it's never as bad as I think. Last night I was feeling really kind of like, ugh. By that point I was just like, ugh. I didn't even know if I was going to be able to get a video out of what I recorded. I edited. It wasn't like fantastic or anything, but it wasn't as terrible as I had thought. And, in the morning I feel differently. So I'm keeping that in mind as I go through this, because tonight I'm like, I don't feel like doing a video right now at all. And it's at a time of night where I'm not usually doing stuff. I'm usually winding down for the night. So it is showing me that I'm able to do that. Even if, not perfectly. So it's not, the quality isn't quite where I want it to be as far as like being able to have a successful YouTube channel, okay? So my big dream has never been YouTube, but YouTube has been a great place for me to put stuff that I want to share. So let's see what we've got here. Okay. Oh, all right. So I'm learning so much more about my process. I'm not going to get into the details, but I'm just learning so much more because I'm seeing the full process day after day after day. So I'm seeing like what takes really long, what kind of helps, what definitely doesn't, what's really challenging, what has been always challenging whenever I have tried to do a video, but I'm seeing it in a context where it's like, okay, there's a impetus getting me to want to solve these problems. And each day I have an opportunity to try something slightly different. So it's a very excellent boot camp / learning experience. Let's see. Yeah, so, the challenge being coming up with solutions that might actually help and trying them. So, benefit. Okay. I think I just kind of said this. I really want to solve the problems because it's, tomorrow I've got to do another one, right? And I've got a very busy schedule. So, yeah. And I think I said a little bit about this, but so the issues aren't new and the solutions aren't complicated, which is humbling. Self-discipline has always been a struggle. That's why I'm actually practicing this. This is, one of the reasons why I wanted to do this was to practice self-discipline as a thing for Lent. And it's always been a struggle for me. So I had doubts and fears about my ability to really ever overcome it, but I don't have time or energy to doubt. Although I have to say, last night I did feel like really, a bumbling, not very attractive old woman. I'll be honest. But like in the morning, I start again. I'm with God in my Bible time, and I'm just like, well, and then this morning I just jotted down the notes, and that was my process for today. So here I am at the last point in the day trying to eke this out. So the other thing is that I really want to do this for the glory of God. So that is an inspirational motivator for me the challenge being that, you have to kind of get back to focusing on your relationship with God in order for that to really be so. And I really want everything that I put out there to be for the glory of God. I want it to help people. I want it to help people to have a better relationship with God and a better life and a future in heaven. So I think I will probably do a separate video, when I'm done with the challenge. Hopefully I get to 30 days. Whew, it's one of those things at the end of the day. I'm like, will I do this again tomorrow? Maybe yes, maybe no. I'm not going to punish myself if I don't make it, but I get very excited about it. I don't want to quit. So we'll see. But yeah. Anyway, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to do something like this. It is very interesting and enjoyable to feel the challenge, and the downside being that it is stressful. Like, I don't feel like I'm stressing about it, but when you are really trying to squeeze everything into your day, when you already have a lot, it can be, for my nervous system, it's a lot. I can imagine that if I had all day to do it, it would be even worse, to be honest, because then I would have too much time to obsess over it. So if you decide that you're going to do this and you don't already have a million things going on in your life, I would highly recommend that you like make sure it's all done by noon or something, and then have the rest of the day to just do something else, because I think that this would be, in my opinion, a hard thing to focus on all day long. But you might be different. You might be very different. Anyway, so I guess that's all I've got. I don't need to say any more for the day, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening, day, whatever it is when you see this. And thanks for tuning in. And oh, if you have any interest in the kind of content that I have on my channel, please subscribe, subscribe, comment. Tell me what you're up to. So very much interested in hearing from you. Okay. So I hope you have a great night. Bye-bye.